All right,
All
man.
right.
I'm in a different place. Hopefully you can hear me okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed that
That you
you
can't hear me or that I
chose
couldn't get to the
no
roof.
that you chose to do it in a sound pod or whatever versus the roof.
Yeah. Sorry, I've had so many meetings. I'd have to go downstairs and then up because I'm on a different floor. It's a whole thing. It's a whole
Mm.
thing. But I am going there on Thursday, I believe, for a reception. So hopefully we'll get to see a beautiful
You're
view of New York.
you're you have to schedule time to go to the roof?
I think it's more like I am fairly busy this week with actual
Okay.
work than anything
I mean,
else. Yeah.
I think you should do all your meetings up there. It's gorgeous. Have you been up the roof?
I have not.
Yo,
I will get there.
That was like the first thing I did when I was in that office.
You may be surprised, but sometimes I do work.
No, no, no. Roof deck should take priority. It is gorgeous. It is great.
It's like up here. Yeah, the webinar is
It
down here.
is
So I've got a webinar tomorrow while
okay.
I'm here, and I'm trying to
Okay.
like it's super silly. I'm trying to measure performance of PG Vector basically in Postgres, and
Mm,
it's not that it's hard. I just want to make sure
right.
that
Right.
it's smooth. But I will say I'm
Mm,
going next door tomorrow to stream at Microsoft's office at 11
okay.
TS, so that should be pretty fun. And I don't think anyone signed up to the webinar, so if you see me posting this on
Yeah.
LinkedIn, please reshare. Yeah, it's one of
Mm,
those ones where it looks like we've got some signups, but I want to make sure everything lands.
right.
I'm sure you've been in that space before. It's just
Yeah.
like you want the scenario to
Yeah.
kick off, and anyway, that's what I've
There,
been working on.
there's
My
no
apologies.
more relaxing than those couches up on the roof deck to just kind of, and you've got Wi-Fi up there. There's no
That's
reason not
that's
to
my
go.
actual concern is Wi-Fi. Yeah, yeah. And the other
And
thing that I've noticed because I work from home a lot is like things are different. Like network access here is pretty fast. It's kind
oh
of
yeah,
nice.
yeah, I know. I wish I could get on. Because I was at that day, the day I was there, I was trying to upload a video and I just couldn't. I mean, it was so, and I couldn't
Oh, gotcha.
access your network. It's because I don't work there anymore.
Sorry. Fair enough, fair enough.
So
So in terms of newness, other than being in a new place, I figured I should probably admit that I finally signed up for OpenAI's Pro account. Did I mention that last
oh
week? Maybe
yeah,
I didn't.
no,
I finally bit the bullet, and
200 bucks a
what I was
month.
200 bucks a month, and listen,
Cool.
it might only be 1 month,
Yeah,
but I was looking at my Anthropic bill, and it was over 100 bucks, and I was like, I'd rather actually spend this instead of on demand on
wow.
something that's unlimited. So I went the unlimited route, and I did what I think everybody does, is take my todo.md,
Right.
divvy this up into 10 different task categories, and set 10 agents off to work on this. And immediately everything blew up. It was super fun,
Oh,
actually,
oh, so
but it was
it's
interesting.
unlimited API access when you are at that level.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize
Now you
that.
see what I'm talking
Okay.
about. Yeah. Within reason. And I actually think 10 agents may not be reasonable, but
Right.
within reason. I think running three or four actually seems to work.
Yeah.
Don't run 10. I think eight
Yeah.
doesn't work either. Six, seven,
Yeah.
six might. But anyway, I realized three or four things working on docs, tests, we'll call it dev relish
Right.
stuff, and then maybe release management. Those four seem to not conflict enough with each other as long as they checkpoint in something like a todo.md or some other test. You
Right.
could use issues or PRs or something on GitHub,
Because
but
I feel like had subscribed before, but not to the pro level, but I don't
right,
think
right,
that pro level existed when I was subscribed.
right,
And the API access was a separate, separate
correct,
credit card thing.
correct,
And the same thing with Claude and with all of them. And
right.
so that's interesting.
And I've been paying for Claude. Be not be okay, but it's like pay as you go. I think is what I've been
Yeah.
doing. And it can get super, well, I think I already said it can get super pricey. Last bill
Yeah.
was like 120 bucks. So I figured,
Yeah.
if I can get double the usage out of this, great.
Yeah.
I will say I've been using GPT-5 Codex quite a bit
Hmm.
in Codex. I'm not going to say this is a great model outside of Codex CLI
Right.
specifically, because I don't find the plugins very good and the website is
Mm.
not great at all. But the Codex CLI is actually pretty good, and there's two switches that are pretty important to me. One of them is YOLO mode, which I can't recommend to anybody unless you're super safe about it. The other is search mode, hyphen search. I think the last time I complained about GPT-5 was the search was terrible. It turns out there's actually a mode you need to put into in order
Mm.
to get search working, because otherwise it's really bad. It feels like 2 years ago or something. It just
Right.
doesn't understand the tool calls and gives you search results that don't make any
Right.
sense, and it takes a long time too.
Wow.
So So far, so good. I'm actually enjoying it. I don't know. We'll see if it stands the test of time because this means like canceling Spotify, Netflix.
Hmm.
All of the subscriptions are within this $200 realm. So
Right.
we'll see what my digital domain looks like after this.
Wow. Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
because I'm I do more and more now with Olama Turbo,
mhm.
and because the API, it's all the API access is rolled into that $20. So and
It's pretty good,
it's
right?
pretty
I,
good.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's where the market is now. Like, give me
Yeah.
the unlimited one to test these out so I can get work
Right.
done and not have to worry about. It's kind of like it is like range anxiety, I think, in electric cars. It kind of feels
Mm.
like that. Like, do I have enough in my $20 in order to get
Right.
this function done, or do I have to do it old school and actually get my hands on the keyboard and
Yeah.
type some code out, or maybe have it tab replaced, which is actually quite a bit cheaper, which
Yeah.
honestly is fine. But again, I'm in TypeScript land trying to do
Hmm.
some stuff here where I have no idea what I'm doing, honestly,
Right.
and it's kind of fun to because I can tell the tests are working,
Right.
that sort of stuff. So I'll write tests and make sure they satisfy them, but
Yep.
it's been interesting. There's a lot of build stuff I didn't know. I should also say most of this is GitHub Actions based,
Mm.
and GitHub Actions is not cheap. Coming from like the
Right.
GitLab realm, I
Right.
think I spent $187 US on GitHub
Really?
Actions, which is a lot. Oh
I've
yes,
I didn't know you could for like a personal project. I didn't know you could get to a point where you had to
yeah.
pay anything.
Neither did I. So if you turn on billing on GitHub, which I did to invite Copilot into the project to play
Okay.
around, which is kind of fun, it will actually enable GitHub Actions paid. So normally I think you'd use 5 free runners or something like that up
Right.
to a certain point, and then it would
Right.
stop running. Totally fine. No, no harm,
Yeah.
no foul. I think what happens is once you start paying, they're like, oh, I mean, obviously the person's paying because they want more,
Right.
GitHub runner jobs. Whereas in fact, obviously this wasn't the case. But anyway.
Right.
Um, Echo Delta is also on the Olama Cloud, sorry, fan
Yep.
train here. I don't know, but are you using OSS 20B or the massive one?
There's four models on there now.
Yep.
Um,
DeepSeek
DeepSeek
coming, he says.
671 is on there,
Okay,
and
that's massive.
GPTOSS 120 and 20, and then
120, right?
Quen Code, I think, or something like
Quinn
that.
Coder,
Yeah,
Quinn 3 Coder.
480B.
Oh
Um,
wow.
and those are the four that are on there now. Kimi K2 was on there
Okay,
before
wow.
it like opened to when they went from like 12 users to open it up to anybody who wants to sign up, but
They get
still
rid
in
of it.
preview mode. Then
Okay,
they limited it just down to I think two models at first. But there was Kimi K2. There were I don't know 7 or 8 models on there, and it was amazing. It was amazing. And then it got limited
K2
down, and
is
they're adding more.
very impressive, but
Yeah,
also like I just can't run it basically. So if
yeah,
they're gonna run it for me, then that
yeah. I
makes
mean, it's what a trillion or yeah, trillion parameters. Yeah, and they was doing the full thing, not quantized, and it was spectacularly fast. So,
I, it, I mean, we're saying this now, but I have to remember that this is early stages. So Alama
mhm.
Cloud might look completely different next year. It might have
Oh
30
yeah,
or 40 models in it.
yeah,
And it could be that the Cloud Pro that I'm paying for now becomes something gargantuan, and then the $20 plan
right.
becomes what I'm using now as
Yeah,
well. The pricing seems to be going all over the place. So I'm
yeah,
reaching for unlimited, basically. When I
yeah,
see unlimited, and Olama Cloud obviously does have
yeah.
unlimited, I think, for 20
It
bucks
it's they
within
say
reason.
there is a limit, but nobody has been limited. I mean, I think
Okay.
that there's been one person that's been limited, but you have to really push a lot through it before you get limited.
Right. I've noticed a couple times where Google itself, even on a paid account, will put me down to 2.5 flash because I'm abusing
Mm,
it a little bit too much.
yeah.
But I mean, that's on the what do you call those? Google One account, I think is what it is. It
Hmm.
includes like a
Yep.
certain amount or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So Danilo, that's what I was saying prior to this. Actually, is that I did finally sign up for the pro plan. I ripped my bank account, I guess, but for 1 month, we'll see. But you're absolutely right. Unless you pay that pro plan fee, you won't get the unlimited usage.
But
And
he's
again,
saying that
unlimited
you
is
don't
not
think
unlimited.
that you get that by signing the pro plan.
Oh, really? Okay. I mean, let me tell you, I had to take a photo of myself, then a photo of the front and back of my driver's license ID, and then I had to do like a full head scan just to get access to the
Wow.
streaming API. So I think the streaming
Well,
API is
so
at least
he's
working.
suggesting API usage is separate, but you're saying it's definitely
I'm using the
together.
API.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely using the API. Yeah, yeah, maybe Matt's the only one who's limited. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, listen, there might be a limit. I have definitely not hit a limit, and I won't say abusive, but pretty close to like being abusive. Like
Yeah.
14 hours a day of four agents running is
Yeah.
pretty abusive.
Yeah.
I don't know how many tokens I've used. Most of the sessions I look at are like $10, and I'll run one of those a day. Uh, so
Yeah.
it's pretty ridiculous. And honestly, I'm just generating slop to
Yeah.
show that it's very easy to
But
generate
it's
slop. I
all
mean, it's
included in that pro plan.
I haven't paid any more so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could be
Wow.
wrong, but yeah.
You're gonna see this bill for $10,000 at the end of the month
I have
in
to
30
sell my
days.
car in order to pay for
Yeah.
OpenAI. Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna be
But
paying
Danilo,
you're gonna be paying as
he's not
much as
wrong.
Nvidia did.
Yeah, exactly. But Danilo, you're not wrong. I didn't think it was either, and then I looked into it, and it looks like maybe they're doing something for GPT-5 with Codex. I'm not sure, but I have used quite a bit, and it's impressive. But also, I'm using a lot of it.
Yeah.
I've yet to see any problems, though. Again, leaking API keys is something that all these models can do very well.
Yeah.
This last one was it copied env.local to env.local.back, and somehow the wildcard didn't
Hmm.
catch it and get ignore. But luckily, I'm getting really good at rotating keys, so like
Yeah.
pros and cons. Oh, and Postgres usernames and passwords,
Yep.
and looking at
Nice.
firewalls that are open to the world.
Nice.
Watching a Gen AI assistant run Terraform is kind of horrifying, but also a little bit
Hmm.
impressive.
Yeah.
I will say. Yeah, or running through like you were wondering about the GitHub Actions, how you could possibly get to that amount. I unfortunately let, I think it was Kimi K2 loose on the code base and said, write a test for everything in this code base. And it wrote a lot of tests. And I said,
Yeah.
add all of these tests to GitHub Actions. And it was like, sure, no problem. I can easily do that. And then I tried to run the tests. It's like, they all failed. I mean, yeah, of course they did. So I'm currently just going through the tests one by one,
Yeah.
trying to fix them up so it doesn't cost that much money. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm learning. It's fun. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. If you try to use it via N8N. So what I'm doing, Danilo, is using it via a open code for a lot of what I'm doing, but mostly it's Codex. So yeah, I agree. Open code would use it via API, which I'm not using as much. And then Codex, I think you're right, just uses like
Oh,
the
okay.
normal chat account. So you might have a good point there. So if I was just
Okay.
using the API in N8N, that actually might be a different
Right.
thing.
Right.
That's a fair
Oh,
point.
okay. Then all of us to that $200 level looked really interesting, and now it doesn't.
Okay, imagine you could run Codex as an MCP server for other agents. So,
Hmm.
like, hey, when you don't know the answer or when you're about to
Right.
assume something,
Right.
can you use the Codex MCP? Which I have done and works
Okay.
remarkably well. The problem is then I run out of Anthropic credits. It's not the
Right.
Codex problem, it's the
Right.
Anthropic problem. So it's
Yeah.
almost like Codex should use Anthropic's Claude GPT, or sorry,
Right.
Claude Sonnet 4 as its model for an MCP.
Yeah.
It's sort of the reverse scenario. But I've definitely tried
Right.
using Codex in Claude Code and had good
Okay.
luck.
Cool.
Anyway, learning a
Yeah.
ton. I don't
Yeah.
know. It feels like every week there's a new model, something else is
Yeah.
having. I think context engineering is now Karpathy's catchword, which is good. I feel like it was out there a little bit before, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's caught on again. But now we're all trying to manage whatever that context is,
Yeah.
or compacting, or compressing, or new
Yep.
sessions. It's all about session management now, right? Or context window management. Yeah.
Yeah. He has a habit of coming up with really stupid names for things that exist.
There was a whole podcast about this on Latent Space. I'm not sure
Oh
if you
yeah.
watched that ever, but
I used
I
to.
think it's yeah. I mean, it's okay. Listen,
Yeah.
I listened to the podcast. I'm not going to say anything bad about it.
Yeah.
What I will say is that their conclusion is that wait for something is very popular and used amongst all the engineers, and come up with a term that maybe somebody's already said,
Yeah.
but make it a tweet, and then
Yeah.
then it becomes popular. But I think
Yeah.
a lot of us were talking about managing context
Yeah.
early on,
Yeah.
and then now it's just context engineering, which doesn't really feel like engineering, but sure,
Yeah.
I guess we can call it that. Oh
Ooh.
yeah, somebody's got an open router $500 bill. Yeah. Okay, so I have a tip for you. It's a little bit facetious, but here's what I've done, Danilo, because I also have automated things and had some sticker shock. The Open Router free plan, and I'm saying free plan here because it doesn't exist, but if you create an Open Router key with $0 and use that key for some things until you can't, you will find that that $0 key can go really far,
Hmm.
really, really far. So, for example, right now I'm using DeepSeek R1. I think that's up there, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
621B. There are
Mm-hmm.
basically many providers that if you check the checkboxes to share your data with them,
Right.
you can use it for
Okay.
free. And I'm not saying that you should share your data with them, but for me, for what I'm doing, creating example codes for workshops and webinars
Right.
is totally fine. I'm totally okay with it. If they steal my Datadog API keys or my OpenAI
Right.
API keys, I don't care. I'm already leaking and rotating
Right.
them anyway. But like, if you're comfortable with that approach, then that's okay. But it does look like using LiteLM or whatever router you've got,
Right.
you can route between the keys when it fails, essentially. So if the latency is too long, swap to the next
Yep.
model is what I'm doing right now when testing.
Yeah.
But when running the app, I'm using the OpenAI key.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, there's a lot happening.
Yeah.
What about yourself? What have you been up to on Olama Cloud? What are you doing up there?
So I it's been a while since I posted a video. But I got a
Yeah.
video that I just recorded this morning that hopefully I'll get out this afternoon or tomorrow on using Karakeep. Do you know anything about?
Ooh,
Did I mention Karakeep before?
twice. Yeah.
Did
Now, before you go on, can I
I'm
mention a quick
counting.
anecdote that I brought
Uh
earlier?
huh.
Is this okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so for Matt's ego and maybe for the chat, one of my coworkers here at Datadogs asked me if I knew someone named Matt Williams, and I said yes, suspiciously. And then he asked me if he used to work at Datadog, and I said yes. And he said, "Oh, well, he's my favorite influencer for Olama
You didn't
videos."
say favorite.
He may have said favorite source.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Uh, he is the influencer he goes to whenever he's looking for Olama information. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. Just shrug it off or whatever.
Did you share with him that I was the first evangelist at Datadog?
I
Did you
I
go
was I
into
was so
those
miffed
details
at this point.
that
I
I
didn't even say
created the team and that I created the training team? Did you go into those
uh,
details?
zero
Well,
ego here. Yes.
he is. Oh,
Quickly
if
change
you're
the subject.
watching,
Obviously.
you're dead to me. If you're watching, I am the reason for Datadog's success.
I mean, that's
Maybe not. Maybe
probably
not.
got a bit of a point. I think
Yeah.
early on in a company, you can make some bad missteps and you can go down the wrong path pretty easily.
Yep.
But the other thing is like, oh, wait, and then I noticed he had a live thing that was on while I was watching his videos, so I joined, and you're on the live call. It was really cool. And then I look back, and you had a whole bunch of episodes with Matt. I said, yes, I stream with Matt weekly, and
Oh
he
my
also
god.
said he really liked our rapport. He thought we
Oh
got
yeah.
along really well, and it's like, well, yeah,
Wow.
because we like each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
But that's
we
that's your
started
your
this.
ego boost for the day.
We started doing this. I think we were. It was just as I was leaving Datadog, right? Or was it
Yes,
before we
like a week
left?
after, 2 weeks after.
A week. Yeah. Okay.
No, just
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know my
So
internet's slowing down here, but hopefully you can hear me.
it was when I could no longer get fired for saying something stupid, and well, you can't, but so don't do it.
Yes. So you
Yes.
were saying, what are you doing on Olama Cloud?
So Karakeep. So I've been so what's special about Karakeep is it's a bookmarking tool. And you put bookmarks in, say, a browser, or you save them onto a bookmarking platform like Pocket. And then Pocket goes
Hmm.
away, and you've got like another 3 weeks to get your bookmarks out of Pocket, or they're deleted forever. um, and all these other places that you could put bookmarks. But Karakeep is a way to self-host it, or you can pay them to. I think you could pay them, but it's mostly
Okay.
self-hosted. But what's neat is that once you save it, either using their extensions for different browsers, or just going to the website and adding a link. Um, it'll use an AI model, so you can use OpenAI or Olama
Oh.
to look at the content and then generate tags and generate a
Oh.
summary of that, as well as download
Mm.
an archived version of the page so that you've got it in your bookmark manager, and then you can search by those tags. And that on its own is pretty cool, but the
Hmm.
AI is a bit limited, the AI features.
Okay.
But what's really cool, I think, is that anytime you add a bookmark or delete or, different, there's like 5 or 6 different actions that can
Hmm.
trigger a webhook like to N8N. And now,
Oh.
and then there's a full API where you can, if you've got a bookmark ID, you can modify that, such as adding tags or adding a summary. So you could create a workflow that figures out, okay, well, if it is a YouTube video, then maybe
Hmm.
find a way to download a transcript and then do a summary based on the full transcript and add that to the bookmark,
Whoa.
or download the whole PDF, or do something else, or add. I've got one workflow that says look at my YouTube account for any video that I've clicked the thumbs up button on,
Hmm.
and automatically save that to Karakeep,
That's really cool.
and it's awesome. So I've got a video on that. Actually, the next 4 videos are basically on that topic.
That's
Um,
really cool. I think I was saying earlier that the webinar I'm working on RAG systems, but
mm,
this is something that a lot of organizations are
yeah,
struggling to figure out. Basically, you've got the are they DAMs like the digital asset managers like
right.
SharePoint, or we talk about Nextdocs once in a while. But this is a problem that's
Yeah,
been non-trivial for a long time. Actually, I
yeah,
just upload a doc.
right,
Can you tag it for me? And that's like,
right,
no, this is a human problem. Humans tag things. Please
right,
figure that out. Whereas now that's no longer the case. In fact, you can build tags to pick
right.
from and make it a little bit easier. That's really cool. This
And so, yeah, I have
seems like a next level dam, basically.
yeah, I guess
No,
so.
not
Maybe
yet.
because I mean,
Is it
you could,
multi-user or team?
you you can have multiple. I don't know if you can have multiple users on a team, and if there's any
Okay,
sharing. I don't know about that. I'm the one user of this server. Um,
right.
but you can send images to it, and if and there's
Mm,
it will try to describe the image, but using an AI model, and especially if you're using outsourcing that AI, you can totally describe the image and create a summary of what is in that image.
that's cool.
And yeah, so that's really neat. And then with the built-in AI, it will generate tags, but it's
Hmm.
not. I don't think it's really smart about if maybe it wants to. You have 2 bookmarks, and it wants to give the tag Karakeep to both of them, and one might be uppercase and one might be lowercase, or one might be spelled with a C and one might be spelled with a K.
Right.
But if you're outsourcing that AI, well, you can say, well, grab all the existing tags. So what I've done is grab all the existing tags, give me a list of those, and come up with your own tags. If there's any of your own tags that are
Um,
similar to the ones that are already in there, prefer the ones that are already in there. Otherwise, add new ones. And that way it
uh,
stays
yeah.
it's great. It's amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
Um
yeah.
and
I almost feel like I listen, this is a post SEO world, but I almost feel like you actually want the duplicate tags. I used to do that all the time. Like
yeah.
I had the plural version and the
Oh yeah.
uppercase and the
Yeah.
lowercase and things like that. These days SEO is dead, so like I
Yeah.
feel like your approach is actually better.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Very
it's
cool.
so I mean I have two recently I've added 2 maps. And so because they're maps, they automatically got tagged as map. And so I can do a
Oh.
search of show me all the map links that I've saved in the last week because I might want to mention on here. And if we're talking about things that we've seen in the last week, I see a lot of things and I forget about them. And so it's so amazing being able to pull those things up quickly. It's like, where did I saw this thing really cool a week ago? What was that? And then I can't think of it. And then we have to do our stupid charades like game where it's like 2 syllables. It starts with a K.
I think the logo looked like this. Yeah.
Yeah, Danny Glover. I don't know, something like that. And
Exactly.
yeah,
Like totally the wrong actor.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So
That's really cool. I also
yeah,
noticed it's open source. It's
yeah,
AGPL3, so like you can fully
yeah.
download it, use it on your own. I did see though, if you want to pay them, I think it was $4 a month. It's a
Okay.
waitlist right now,
Oh, okay.
which again, I'm not
Great.
judging. That's
Yeah.
probably like a scaling thing. Yeah,
Yeah. So
seems cool.
I'm really impressed with this, and it uses for downloading the images from thumbnails from YouTube. It using YT and then you can do other things to that to make sure it
Oh, it's
is
ARIA2C. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Have you played with
Um,
Aria before?
Aria?
ARIA?
What?
Yeah,
In what
it's
context?
what YouTube DL uses. So it's a downloader.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
library YouTube DL uses to download stuff.
Oh, okay.
You can use it to download YouTube automatically. It's just YouTube
Uh-huh.
DL has a bunch of niceties added onto it
Right.
that you'd have to script around Aria. But Aria is like the multi-downloader for
Oh, okay.
command line.
I
It's
didn't
pretty
know that.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah, Aria 2C is probably the command line tool that you want to use, and
Right.
the Aria 2 library is what they
I just
use.
thought of Aria as like, isn't that also a standard for tags?
Oh, I don't know. Huh, I didn't know that.
But I don't know.
Hmm.
I thought that was one of like the tags that you
It is, in
often,
fact, yeah.
yeah,
Rich tag is a set of roles and attributes that define ways of making
unrelated.
web content. Oh, different one?
I mean,
Different tag.
I think that's the one
Different
I'm
tags.
talking about, but it's
Usability tags.
I think the downloader and the Aria tags are
Totally unrelated.
unrelated.
Yes,
Yeah,
totally unrelated.
yeah.
Yeah, Aria 2C is like if you're trying to make a downloader on your own for just
Yeah.
random things, you could use it. It also feels like it would be a good like UI or sorry, CLI tool that you could use in
Hmm.
an agent. I've been using Exasearch a lot, or RipGrep, I
Hmm.
guess is the other one.
Okay. Yeah.
You probably see RipGrep
Yep.
at like tool use in a lot of them.
Yep.
Some of the commands, some of the MCP servers will actually use Exa. Have you played with
Hmm.
Exa before?
Yeah.
It's like a
It's no
REST-based
longer.
search.
Wait. It's Exa as in.
Oh no, Exa is LS. Sorry, LS. Exa
Yeah.
is LS.
Yeah.
My,
Well,
my
which is no
apologies.
longer maintained, I think. And
Oh,
so it's the
oh,
current one
oh
is
no.
EZA, EZA instead of EXA.
Oh, oh shoot.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know when that
I didn't
happened, but
say anything. Yeah, you're
but
right. You used the
I did
fork
a
Exa.
like apt just like 2 days ago. I apt install Exa and said that's no
Shoot.
longer available. You should use EZA. It's like, wait, okay, maybe I remembered it wrong. What's the LS equivalent? And maybe
Oh, it's easier.
yeah,
Thank you. I didn't
yeah,
know.
yeah,
Wow. But yeah, a lot of these tools seem to be hard coded to use Exa, which is kind of
yeah.
funny. But the license of this is EUPL. Have you heard of this license before? The
No.
European Union Public License.
Hmm.
It started in 2007 and was updated in 2016. I've
Okay.
never heard of UPL. Hmm, very interesting. Anyway, EZA,
Yeah.
EZA.
It seems the same. I don't know if there's any actual
Yeah,
difference.
yeah. It's like a colorful LS.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, my internet is very
Yeah.
bad right now.
And you have like the
Off to you, Matt. What have you been doing
best
lately?
internet connection, and yet it's, I mean, that I was yeah. So what else? What else? What else? I asked you about Dora, the Dora report. Do you know anything about this?
Yep,
It's kind of hard to
yep,
read.
I do.
Apparently, it's
Hmm.
something that the Gene Kim and whatever started 12 years ago, but now it's part of Google. And but it's a super awkward
Yes.
report. And getting any sort of value out of it
Did
is
you read it?
really,
I downloaded it this morning.
I'm trying. I mean, it's like, how do you get a lot of information, describe it, probably the people who probably like tried to pull out the good juicy details probably did a good job, but then the people who formatted the document did a terrible job. And I find it's like super hard to get anything out of it. Like, how do you make this as
Did you see
difficult
the
to
infographic?
the who? The what
The
graphic?
infographic, the one pager?
No.
Infographic. Sorry, my internet's terrible
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Okay, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
This report is very ugly to look at. I would say the design really irks me.
I wouldn't say it's ugly. It's just poorly displayed. I mean, it's I mean, if you kind of squint and not don't look at what it's actually saying, it's kind of a nice document. It's just I don't understand how to read it.
Uh, did you find the AI capabilities?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at. It's such
I
a poorly done
hmm.
report.
I have thoughts. I think some of this is okay. I really don't like the capabilities model. Uh, the rest of this I think is okay.
Yeah.
It's just one page, right?
No, it's 142 pages.
Okay, I think I'm looking at the infographic.
Okay.
The full reports here. The infographic is pretty bad. Okay,
Yeah.
I think I found it. Dora.dev. This I don't do we
Um,
need an episode for this? This is pretty bad. I
I,
don't even like the website.
yeah. I
Oh,
mean, you have to sign up for
yeah.
a link, and it's like filled with ads for other companies. It's really awkward.
Yeah, I've got it. It's sponsored by someone I work for. Page one.
Oh, I mean, it's the most wonderful report ever.
Listen, I mean, there's me, the employee, and then there's me, the person reading this report right now.
Yeah.
I legit don't like the design at
Yeah.
all. I think what they're
No.
going for is Bauhaus, and it's so poorly executed that it hurts my eyes, and I
Yeah.
have a hard time reading it. It's pretty annoying to my eyes.
Yeah.
It also includes some like 70s hand-drawn stuff, which would have been cool, but the rest of the report is not like that.
Hmm.
So it's bad. This is pretty bad. But I haven't
Yeah.
read the content, so
Yeah.
maybe how many pages is this? I could probably read this.
142 pages.
Maybe between now and next week, I'll have the time to read this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
graphs in here.
There
But that
are.
AI model, I think I have thoughts about. Interesting. Oh, a bunch of this is about the methodology, which is pretty cool. Okay. Um, all right. Well, I guess listen, without going
Yeah.
into it too much, it looks like it's 29% US. I'm looking for the other percentages that are of any significance. 6% Germany, 6% Canada,
What is?
the respondents.
Oh,
So
okay.
they have respondents from over 100 companies,
Yeah.
sorry, countries, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
The demographics look pretty good, actually, of this, I'd have to say. So it's not all US.
And
All
it's
right.
weird that I keep getting to and the conclusion and let's end this report and then it starts again with a new report. I'm not I mean there's like a whole bunch of things in here. It's very confusing.
Yeah. Uh, wow. Okay, so
Wow.
the report itself is 96 pages long, and then the rest of it is acknowledgments and methodology and stuff like that, which is also
Hmm.
cool. Um, I'd have to see the whole thing, but right away, I'm at the very least the white space is just driving me up the wall.
Yeah.
It's actually difficult for my eyes to read. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
astigmatism or what, but not a fan of the layout. Maybe it was made for web, not for PDF. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
The black on blue, just
Yeah.
there's a bunch of things in here that rub me the wrong way. But yeah, I guess the of interest to me is the AI section, which it does
Right.
have. The AI mirror, I think it starts at page 80.
Hmm.
Okay. Office of the CEO Research Advisor, Irini is a PhD. Fantastic. I mean, this looks like a
Yeah.
great report. It's very
Yeah.
big, it's very chunky. It's got a whole bunch on methodologies, which I think is
Sure.
fantastic. 140 pages, 40 of those pages are on the methodology. I think that's
Right.
fantastic. And about the authors. Uh, yeah,
Hmm.
there's a lot in here.
There's a lot
Have
in
you
here.
read any of this report?
I no.
You've tried?
I've tried.
I I've got a 5 hour plane ride back home, so I will see if I can slog through some of
Excellent.
this.
Yes.
Uh, this is some of these graphs are not great either.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is tough. I mean, listen, this I think value like reports like this I think are valuable, so I can
Sure.
understand why people would sponsor it. The infographic was not great,
Right.
in my opinion, just in terms of layout. I'm sorry, the AI whatever connect the dots thing that was on that
Yeah.
infographic was not great. Um, some of these are pretty good. The
Yeah.
graphs through them. It's not bad. I do like, I think we talked about this last time. They've got candlestick charts now, so
Hmm.
it may actually be a little bit more or less,
Right.
because there's statistical significant figures.
Right.
Um, all right, all right. The Exploradora, I think someone said
Yeah.
in the comments. Yes.
Hmm.
It's a lot of exploration. I think maybe it would take you a year to read this, and then you get to next year. But there are a lot of sponsors.
Hmm.
ThoughtWorks was the biggest, which I think is pretty interesting. I
Hmm.
haven't heard that name in a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever dealt with ThoughtWorks before, but they used to
Yeah. I mean,
sponsor a whole
they're
bunch of DevOps days. Remember?
yeah. They do a bunch of classes, right? And is that
Yes,
their thing? Is that their main thing?
I think so.
Yeah.
Consulting? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, technology consultancy agency. Yeah. All right. Well, the first thing I want to do is upload it to some sort of summarization
Yeah.
bot, but also I realize that that's probably not the right tactic for something that I know pretty well, so I should probably actually read it.
Right. Right.
There might be stuff sitting
Yeah.
between the lines that would be important to me and not to a summarization engine.
Hmm.
That so far, I'd say most of the graphs, aside from that infographic, are actually pretty easy to read.
Yeah.
Most of them. Some of them aren't great.
No.
I think what you and I often complain about in reports like this is just inventing new charts that people hadn't seen before. And it's
Yeah.
not that it's not okay. It's just that like you have to educate somebody on how to read the chart,
Yeah.
and then they go back and read the chart, and then they still have questions, so they read your explanation again.
Right.
It's just become this whole other thing where you could just use, like, there's a heat map in here, which I think I would have loved to have seen in
Hmm.
previous years. Just fantastic. The bar charts aren't stacked or aren't confusing or aren't
Hmm.
like slice and dice in weird ways so far, which is great. It's candlesticks on them, so like so far so good. Again, the white space isn't great. These columns are terrible. Like I will die on that hill. With astigmatism, this becomes very difficult to read the closer you get to the
Right.
edge of these lines, unfortunately. And it's just they need more white space, straight up. Um, yeah, this is a report. Do you think you prefer this type of report or the interactive website report that we looked at last time?
I think that was
Because that
amazing.
one kind of blew me out of the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bar for me. Like if you can't
Yeah.
hit that, then
And because it was also
like all the
easy to
source was
jump
there, all the data
between
was there.
each of the clumps of data
Yes,
was quick access from one to the other
yes.
rather than having all this like let's
Text.
describe companies and no, just give me the data. Just give me all the data all at once, and make it easy, I think, easier to read. Whereas this is
I,
just putting a whole lot of fluff between the good stuff.
do you do you read the Meeker report?
No, I don't know the
Okay.
Meeker report.
The Meeker report is maybe worse than this. Again, with respect to Meeker, maybe worse than this. It's basically the Meeker Internet Trends report, and I think this year it
Mary
might be the
Meeker?
AI trends. That is her. Yes, Mary
Okay.
Meeker is a phenomenal researcher, and generally put out a report once a year about basically the state of the internet, like what's going on out there, what do we need to know
Hmm.
about, who has she talked to, what's she building on from last year, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Hmm.
The reports are often 300 pages long.
Yeah.
I think the current one is, in fact,
I see
I'm just trying to.
340 slides.
It's in fact, yes, 340 exactly. I think it's the same one we're looking at. Yes.
Wow.
Uh, yeah, Mary Meeker's 2025 AI report. Is that the one you're looking at?
I don't know. I'm looking at something about it. Um,
Gotcha.
yeah, on GTM now. I don't know what this site is, but
That's the one. Yeah, go to
okay.
market now. Yeah. Yes. But the thing I like about the Meeker report is, though it might be 300 pages, it's like 299 pages of graphs,
Yeah.
and they're all normal graphs
Yep.
over time. So
Yep.
sorry, but it's like it's very easy. We were here and now we're
Yep.
here, and this is what's happened between the two. There might be some stuff in the notes if she shares them. Rarely are the notes shared, but
Mm.
typically it's just a graph is what you see. It may
Mm.
be a sentence or two. That's it.
Wow.
There's no like there's no opinion or conclusion or like
Mm.
somebody trying to make sense of the data. It's just the data basically,
Wow.
which is great in fact. So then you
Right.
can present. the same data with your own conclusions later in
Right.
case Meeker had a different
Yeah.
conclusion. Meeker's got like a specific focus on the internet, whereas you and I might be thinking about like, how's serverless doing? Or I know
Yeah.
this company uses serverless. How's it working for them?
Right.
Or this company has grown to this size because I happen to know like their engineer and I know their stack, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you and I have like a little bit more inside baseball knowledge. So the way
Hmm.
that we think about the report might be different. The Docker
Oh,
report and some of the DevOps research reports are often full of text, I guess is the main
right.
complaint that I have for some of these reports. And that one that we clicked around on the website, again, just had like a little paragraph explaining, which is nice.
So I didn't realize the whole report is. I mean, you can click to it. It's not requiring a purchase
Mhm.
of.
It's just a slideshow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess maybe you get notes if you pay.
Yeah, I mean, you can download the PDF as well, but like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is it. And and listen, these are slides. You and I have coached people who do
Yes.
slides
Oh, yeah.
before.
These are.
If Mary
This
presented
is
these
not a
slides to you,
presentation. These are slides,
this
not
no
a
no no
presentation.
no no. I mean, you and I would both say this is a handout for
Yeah.
sure. This is definitely like handout slideware
Yeah.
for sure. And what's funny, and again, full respect to Meeker, is she will present these slides. These are the slides. This is what she's
This
going
is
to
a
go on
terrible
stage. She,
presentation.
she's going to go Fortune 500, man. She got a ton of these. Well, Fortune 100, let's say. We'll
Yeah.
do a ton of presentations to Fortune 100 people with these exact slides.
Yeah. That's
And
awful.
is it or does it not
Yeah.
matter? Because
It's
at least
awful.
they're not chock full of words, but the ones with the four graphs on them are a little bit, that's it's kind of rough. And I've made some slides with six graphs on them. I
Yeah.
know it's bad, but yeah, these are very rough. Very if you've ever seen a consultant slide deck, they look like that.
But these are the slide decks that I mean, I remember the executive review meetings at Microsoft.
Right?
I mean, these were, and that, I
Yes.
mean, I think I'm sure I've told you the time I was in one of those meetings, and
Maybe not.
so it was for Linux Compete was the uh, group, and so I was in that, and so I was like in the back. Like if a random weird question came up about some minute detail, I might have been asked, but thankfully I was not. These are the
Awesome.
types. So when I was there, it was all the senior execs of Microsoft, and in the corner was Bill and Steve, Bill Gates and Steve Ballmer, um, and and the whole time, you know, they're doing this presentation, and the Bill is in the corner, just sitting on his chair and looking down and rocking back and forth. And then a new slide would come up. He'd look up and look down, and then you'd be listening the whole time, but just keep rocking back and forth. And new slide, look up, look down, and then just process. And they're talking about it, and then I just always remember, at one point, I say, okay, sorry, except I don't think he actually used the word sorry. I need an explanation here. 4 slides ago, you had in quadrant 4, row 26, column 82, there was a number. And 13 slides before that, on quadrant 2, row 15, column 32, there's another number. I think those numbers should be the same, but they were off by zero point zero 0.04. Can you explain that discrepancy?
Yeah. Eidetic
It's like,
memory. It's like photographic
what?
memory. Yeah. It's all in the buffer, and he's just replaying
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Oh my God, it was,
Amazing.
yeah,
I listen. I was at kidding class. I would look up at the thing,
yeah,
kind of visualize it, and then it would look like I was taking a nap. And
yeah.
they call on me because they'd be like, "Ryan, you're sleeping. What's the answer to question 4?" And I give them the answer, and they're like, "What?" Like, yeah, I don't need to listen. Like for
Yeah.
slides like this that are graphically heavy, it's
Yeah.
actually easier for me to like look at it, blank, and close my ears so I can process the
Right.
visual while the person's talking on top of it while I'm trying to
Yeah.
do two things at once. I kind of hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, savant. I mean, listen. I'm not a savant. Simply can listen pretty
Yeah.
well with my
Yeah.
eyes closed. And in
Yeah.
fact, it's the opposite of
Yeah.
savant. It's that like for me to remember the slide that you were talking
Yeah.
about 4 slides ago, I need to not be currently looking at the
Yeah.
current slide. It's confusing to me.
Yeah. Wow.
Listen. How do I admit this? So I don't have a lot of money. I'm not sure if I've told you this before.
Okay.
I'm not rich. I don't live on
Okay. Well,
Bainbridge Island.
I'm
I, I,
wondering where we're going with this.
I don't have a kayak, but I finally replaced my suitcase. Finally.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay.
I
This
told you
is
it broke, right? Like this is a forcing function. I finally had to replace my suitcase.
okay.
So I went to Toomey. Of all the freaking places to buy a
Okay.
suitcase,
Okay.
I went to Toomey. Uh, 5 year warranty, and in
Mm-hmm.
Canadian dollars,
Mm-hmm.
it was over $1,000. I think USD
Yeah.
it might be just under
Yeah.
$1,000. 5 year warranty, not bad. The thing that drove me up the wall is after I was done buying the suitcase, and they tried to monogram it, and so
Right.
whatever. I let
Yeah.
them. I put a sticker over the
Yeah.
monogram because
Yeah.
I don't want my initials on my
Yeah.
suitcase. Uh, I got an email from them saying, thank you, et
Hmm.
cetera, Samsung newsletter. It came from Samsonite. And then I looked at Samsonite suitcases and I was like, why didn't I buy a Samsonite? It's like the same quality. It doesn't have the
Wow.
warranty, but it looks
Yeah.
really, really similar.
Yeah.
So I felt pretty bad. I'm not
Yeah.
saying Tumi's bad. I'm just saying that perhaps a Samsonite may have been worth my money
Yeah.
more so than this.
Yeah.
And I'm replacing a pretty expensive haze bag. At least at the time, I think it was four hundred
Okay.
dollars, which is a lot for a plastic
Right.
suitcase. Really, it's a lot. But it lasted 13, 14 years, so
Yeah.
it lasted a long time. And I'm really rough on my
Yeah.
suitcases, like terrible rough on them. So yeah, I'm in this for just over a grand, and I'm hoping
Wow.
it lasts 13 years. This is my
Yeah.
hope. So we'll see. Check back in 13 years, folks. We'll see how the suitcase is
Are
doing.
Victorinox? I mean, I don't know what their
I couldn't find them here. Yeah, that's what
yeah,
you recommended, right? Could not
and
find it here because the
they
zipper is
had
what I
a
care about.
yeah.
Sorry,
I mean, it's the
go ahead.
international warranty, and it was like at the
Yeah,
time a lifetime warranty. I don't know if it is
yeah.
anymore. And I
To
would
me, it's the same in terms of international, but it's
okay,
just 5 years. I'm like, that's not the same
yeah,
as life.
yeah.
I realize, but you know,
I mean, I replaced the zipper in. I mean, because bad things happen. I mean, it's gonna
yeah.
happen. These cases are not taken care of
You
well,
have children
um,
or
and and
children.
so I've had a zipper replaced in Sydney, and in Rome, and in New York, and in Seattle. It's always been free, and so
Awesome.
so I always thought that, like the Victorinox that I got, and then later a Briggs and Riley, um, those two were just I buying something cheap like an Eagle Creek. I can't afford to buy
Right.
something like an Eagle Creek or
Well, not when you're traveling for work.
yeah,
That's kind of where I get
it's
stuck. It's like I need something
yeah,
dependable. Yeah,
yeah,
that's how they get you.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
this is the pro version.
Now I have something the opposite. So
Oh,
I
you bought
always
something cheap.
I bought something. It turned out to be dirt cheap. That
Nice.
I and it's and I've got it right here. I have for
Well,
a
you're
long
wearing a
time.
Datadog t-shirt. I thought you were pointing at the shirt for a second. I was like, yeah, nice t-shirt actually.
So I uh for a long time my main backpack was a GoRuck. GoRuck Echo, I think it was called.
Mhm.
Now it's called a GR0, I think. Which is as built like a tank,
It's like top 10.
simple
Yeah, it's top
backpack.
10.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um, and uh, um, and that's great, except it's heavy. And then
Okay.
about 10 years ago, I replaced it with a backpack that actually was a speaker gift for Kelsey Hightower, and then he gave it to me.
You
And
did
so
mention this once,
yeah,
yes.
so I've carried that for 10 years.
I'm just gonna pick up that name you dropped. Just one
Yeah,
second.
yeah. So it was his, and so every now and then when I see him at an event, like I saw him at KubeCon in Amsterdam, and we were on the escalator right next to each other, and I just turned the bag around and said, "Remember this bag? You gave it to me like 8 years." Like, oh my god, because at the time we were doing a bunch of webinars together, and yeah, so we knew each other at the time, um, and but. and what's nice about that backpack, it was a Timbuktu, and it's pretty
Hmm.
light, but not extremely light. But it's a good enough backpack. I went to New York a few weeks ago, and I was only there for 4 days, so I was able to pack
Hmm.
everything in this one small 20-liter backpack.
Oh, without
Um,
even a suitcase.
no suitcase. I
Awesome.
just brought that backpack, and I've wanted something like that that's lighter,
Mm.
lighter than because it's about 2 pounds, which I guess is what 700 grams or so, 800 grams.
In
I don't know,
Canada, we
somewhere in there.
still call them pounds. I know
Okay,
we
okay,
should
good.
use metric,
Okay,
but yeah.
so I think it's like two plus pounds, and there's a Belroy Ready Light, I think, which is pound and a half, I think. I
Mm.
was wanting to get something that's lighter. Like, can I get something
Right.
lighter? Not that it really matters when I've got stuff in it, but can I get something light? That way, if I do need to bring a bag, that can be just shoved in there as an extra, just in case kind of bag, or a day bag as when I'm wherever I am. Um, and the Timbuktu can do that, but it's also a little bit bulky. And so I found something online I thought would be perfect, from a company called GBY something, Ultralight. Um, but I couldn't find where they had them. I was like, and this it's like this little company, I think out of LA. It might be like two or three people,
Well,
and
that's cool.
I- and but they and I couldn't even tell if they were still in business. Um, and but it was like perfect. I really wanted it, and then I just having to look on Amazon, and they were there, and
Oh,
so I
nice.
I
So you
got
bought it.
it. It's not that pretty to look at,
I was
but
just about to say that is fairly horrendous to look at.
it is fairly horrendous. But it's simple. It's got a laptop sleeve, fits a 16-inch laptop
Ah,
with padding. Um, Probably still enough padding for most people, but it's a
yeah.
super light material. It's got a sleeve for the laptop, sleeve for a tablet, and then one
Hmm.
other pocket on the side. And this is 12 ounces.
Wow. I mean, it
Yeah,
looks like it's made out of trash bags. No, no
yeah,
offense.
it does. It does totally.
Like in a Missy Elliott video from 1990s.
I know.
Do you know
And
that
you look
video?
at, I mean, it's mostly their like ultralight camping gear is what they mostly make.
Oh, okay.
And so they do larger bags that are like this material. I mean, it's a modern sailcloth
Oh, yeah, it
material.
kind of has that sound to it. Hey?
Yeah, and I
Very
love it.
interesting.
I love it. It's
That's
great.
cool.
So that'll be my main, like, again, for trips where I'm going for 3 4 days. It's more than enough room, and actually for that trip I overpacked.
Oh, okay.
Um, and
All in that bag.
uh, in the Timbuktu, I think
Previous bag.
this is about the same 20-liter size.
That's
So
cool.
yeah,
Can I give you an anti recommendation?
yeah,
Okay, so I'm a fan of Lululemon, probably because they're Vancouver based. I'm
yeah,
wearing
huh?
a Lululemon
Mm-hmm.
hat. My partner likes to go there,
Mm-hmm.
so generally when we're there, I'll pick something up. I don't know. It feels
Mm-hmm.
like sometimes you have to buy something or pick something up, and then the other person will pick something up because, like,
Right.
they want to buy stuff, but they feel like they need permission or whatever.
Yeah.
So whatever, I can pick through stuff. Some socks. Let's get some socks. Last time I was there, I picked up a book bag, and I purchased the book bag
Mm-hmm.
and brought it home. And the book bag's cool. It's got
Mm-hmm.
the little hook to put on your suitcase, which is kind of like the first thing I look for. So you can like put it over the handle, so you don't have to carry the book bag at the same time. Just because
Mm-hmm.
mine gets pretty heavy. It's got those like bumpy pockets in the back, which I think are kind of fashiony right now. I don't really like those, but whatever. The problem I have with this book bag is the zippers. And it's not that the
Mm.
zippers are low quality, it's that the zippers dangle and make so much
Oh,
noise.
okay.
I don't know if you know the word misophonia, but like I literally want to punch myself. Like I'm angry at
Mm.
myself for making the noise that I'm making going down the street. So now when I close it, I have to fold the zipper tag on the inside of the
Mm-hmm.
thing just so it doesn't it's terrible. Or like I gotta
Wow.
go through gaff tape or something and gaff tape all the zippers up or replace them or something, but the zippers drive me up the wall. And it would be
Wow.
fine. It was just like one zipper or like two that were hitting each other.
Right.
Like all seven zippers, jingle jangle at the same. It,
Wow.
it sounds like like when I grew up, I had punk rock friends who would have like leather jackets and
Yeah.
all those little leather jacket things.
Yeah. Yeah.
They put their jacket on and it makes that kind of sound.
Yeah.
Imagine that like two people putting their jacket on every time you take a step. It is so aggravating. I can't
Wow.
explain it. And the worst part is it's not even like the zipper, it's folding that thing in and trying to like
Yeah.
close it again just makes the entire thing like
Wow.
completely frustrating, and I'd like to burn the bag now. And I'm so sorry, but I just can't with the jingling. It drives me
Wow.
up the wall. And so now I'm in the market for like a proper book bag. What I've got, which I
Yeah.
love, is an MEC bag, which I think is very similar to I think there's a US company that's similar. Mountain Equipment Co-op is the name of
Okay.
the
Yeah.
company,
Okay.
but it's like a co-op mountain gear
Yeah.
company. I can't remember the US equivalent, but anyway, I
Mountain
have one of
Hardware.
those. Any, I think so, but Mountain Hardware
REI.
is not. REI is exactly what I was thinking of,
Yeah.
because REI is in fact a co-op. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I was thinking of.
Isn't
It's
Mountain
yellow.
Equipment also
No,
Seattle based?
no, they're Vancouver based,
Oh, okay.
and or at least they have a big Vancouver
Okay.
office. They're no longer a co-op though. They've been
Okay.
purchased a few times, and the dream is dead,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But this book bag is phenomenal. It's maybe
Hmm.
a 10-liter pack, so that's why I need like just a skinny 10-liter
Right.
pack just to get to the studio and back, that kind
Yep.
of thing. It is the most atrocious safety yellow that my partner refuses to be seen with me in public when I'm wearing this book bag.
Uh-huh.
Is why I need a new one.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking I'm just gonna go back to it because like she's not walking to the studio with me anyway. But I'm
This is
hoping
my
she didn't throw it out.
recommendation.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. I'm hoping she
20
didn't throw it
bucks.
out while I was away.
20 bucks on
I'm
Amazon.
like, I don't care what it looks like, actually. It's
Yeah.
on my back. I'm
Yeah.
not looking at my back.
Yeah. And it doesn't look
Anyway,
like it's got an expensive or a laptop or so
that
it's
that is the key. That's what I like about the yellow one is like no one's
yeah.
gonna assume that it's
Yeah.
got a whole bunch of tech gear in it
Yeah.
and a camera and et cetera. So the Lululemon one absolutely looks like a tech bag. It's got those
Yeah.
little like formed humps in the back that have
Mm.
pockets of cool tech gear
Yeah.
and like cable management areas and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, no, I don't want
Yeah.
any of this.
Yeah.
One other key thing that I didn't realize was important to me is pockets for a water bottle, which not all book bags
Mm.
have. Does your GBY have
No, it
a
does
pocket
not.
on the side?
No, it
Oh,
doesn't.
okay. See, that it's not a deal breaker, but it's like I do need a beverage often when
Mm.
I'm taking a book bag with me. That's the only
Yes.
other thing I had to think
Yes.
about.
Hmm.
Because I thought that was standard, but maybe I'm always looking at hiking
So
bags
I
and not
I
necessarily.
had two pockets on the Timbuktu bag, but the strap or like there's a little loop or something that I could
Yep,
attach a carabiner, whatever,
carabiner.
uh,
Yeah,
to had both snapped. So I don't use that anymore because the bottle just slips out. So I got
they
used to not carrying it.
they snapped like bad plastic clasps or something.
It was just the cloth just like gave
Oh, the
way.
clasp now.
I mean, it's a 10-year-old bag.
Right,
Um,
right. And yeah, when we're talking about the MEC bag that I've got, I believe I purchased it in 2002, just to be
okay,
fully
yeah,
clear.
yeah,
We're complaining about a
yeah, yeah,
23-year-old book
yeah,
bag that is still perfectly
yeah.
fine. It's just like in an outmoded color. That is all. Anyway, so that's it. I guess we had
Yeah,
a lot of bag talking to do this week.
yeah.
Sorry, folks.
So
We travel and do like bags.
I mentioned that I'd seen two maps that I thought were cool. So
Yes, I wanted to dig into that, and I was like,
so so one of them was a zip code map,
okay,
U.S. zip codes. But what was
right.
neat is that let's see, can I
Well, I know
bring it?
10,000 is on the east side, and 90,000? 9,000 is on the west
Let's
side?
see, can I
That's all I know.
share my? I think I'm in this one,
Let's
and then I can do this one.
go, folks. We're going high tech here.
Okay,
Whoa!
there we go.
Engaging
And
data.
then let's
You should make that bigger.
make that bigger
Yeah,
and
phenomenal.
bigger this way too.
Oh, yeah, you're getting
Okay.
there.
Okay, so what's interesting, let's zoom in a bit.
That's a
Um,
lot of data points.
and so those are all the zip codes. And so as I start typing 9, and so now we see in black
Yeah,
all the ones
yeah,
that
yeah,
start
yeah.
with 9 and 8, 1. So we're zoomed into
Wow,
just Seattle area, 1,
right?
and then 0, Bainbridge Island, where I live. Or if I go back to where I grew up, 3, oh, 3, 3, 1.
Ah,
4, 9. And we get see Key Biscayne. So
try
it's just
132. I think is where I am right now.
one one
One
zero
zero zeros. One zero
one
zero, I
zero
think, is
zero
all New York's. Yeah, so as soon as you hit 10,
zero.
you're in New York.
So we
Yeah.
can zoom
And
in
then three.
to
Oh, look at that. So 100 is all Manhattan then. Okay.
yeah.
And
Um,
then three.
3 and then
Oh,
2.
interesting.
It is
Oh, okay.
it's
It's
somewhere
fairly large.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just,
But I mean
yeah, I'm more.
it's this is not just mapping out the edges. I mean it fails at the high detail. But
Oh, okay, fair enough, fair enough. That's pretty neat though. I
and
like
we can
this. Where did
show
you
the
get this map?
states. I don't know where I saw it on Hacker News, I think.
Hmm.
But
Engaging-data.com for those of you
yeah,
listening. And we're looking at the
the
zip
US
code map of
zip
the
code
United
map.
States.
And
Yeah,
then the
that is
other
pretty
one that I
cool.
thought was interesting
Hmm.
was find my find parking cops in San Francisco. And so
Nice.
this shows you, oh, no officers found. This was working
Oh,
earlier.
interesting.
Maybe it's got been taken offline. Well, earlier today, okay, you could see where
Are
all the
those
traffic
traffic
cops
numbers?
where
Oh,
the
that's
traffic cops were
$16,000.
and how many tickets they posted. Um,
Holy moly.
and so yeah, one officer billed 16,000 in a week. But earlier today, you could look at this and you would see exactly where every traffic cop was in the city. This was posted to Hacker News a few hours ago, so maybe it's, you
It's
know,
already dead. Yeah.
yeah,
So
but
one thing about this that I actually like on the positive spin here
yeah,
is if you are one of these traffic cops on like the traffic cop team,
yeah,
this is like a leaderboard video game. This is
yeah,
actually kind of cool, right?
yeah. I mean,
Like, oh, sorry, it actually says leaderboard. Maybe that's what
yeah.
got my brain working. Yeah, because this is like, yeah,
So
top cop here. 0336 is top cop for sure
yeah,
last week. That is
so
hilarious. All right, well, listen, folks, don't do any crimes. Please avoid the fuzz. Yes,
yeah,
no crimes. But this
yeah.
is a pretty cool map.
That's
Wow.
a pretty cool map. Yeah. So, um,
And again, for those of you listening, Matt was just demoing Keep as well. Just
oh yeah,
quickly showing off a little bit. Yeah,
yeah,
this is where he pulled up this data from. These are in fact the two maps in Keep
yeah,
he was talking about.
yeah. So I mean, I was, oh, oh, and then one other neat thing that I saw pretty recently was, uh, um,
Why Zig
this
is better
boat.
than Rust?
So, so this other side of cruising video was
Okay,
interesting. So there's these YouTubers called Gone with the Winds. Their last name are
okay.
Wins, or Win or Wins. And they've been talking about they usually do sailing, but they're looking at this I don't know, the Voyager kind of trawler motorboat.
Hmm.
And so they got invited onto this boat with a guy who's going from Ketchikan down to Seattle, and they mentioned the guy's name, Mike Harrington. I thought I don't know who this is, but he's coming down to Seattle. He's got a nice boat. I wonder who this guy
Hmm.
is, and so I do a quick search for Mike Harrington, Seattle, and quickly pops up with his LinkedIn, and I can see it's definitely the
Oh.
same person. And it was interesting seeing what he had done. You know, his first thing in his career was an engineer or developer at Microsoft, working on OS2, and then
Okay.
NT and Microsoft
Wow.
Bob,
Wow.
um, and and then he left Microsoft with a friend of his, and they started a little company called Valve.
He had to think about it for a moment.
I had to think about it. Valve, and their first game
Amazing.
was Half Life,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
That is
went on
so
to
cool.
make Steam. Right, Steam
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Valve,
It's yeah.
um, and now they're doing this AI startup called Hatch Canvas,
Okay.
which looks pretty interesting.
I mean,
But
we've
anyway,
talked
so
about
it was
canvases before.
it,
This is the new UI paradigm for sure. Awesome.
yeah. So I think it's Hatch Canvas. I don't know why I'm all in caps.
Hatch Canvas AI, Hatch AI Canvas.
Hatchcanvas.com. So I don't know what it does. It looks you know, creating an app using AI tools and other stuff. Looks kind of neat. But anyway, it was interesting that they're on this boat, and it was pretty easy to figure out who this guy was,
Right.
and it turned out he was pretty important if you ever played
Uh,
Half
Microsofty.
Life.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
I know somebody else who worked around Microsoft, Bob. Is that not you?
I did not work for Bob.
You're not that old?
I wasn't. I started at Microsoft in '99.
Yeah,
He
definitely
he
after that.
left. He left Microsoft in '96, I think.
I mean, I don't
But
think you ever worked on OS2, did you?
no, no. Although I mean, I worked
I
with
used it.
it. I worked with it as I mean, we had Lotus Notes running on OS2 at PC Docs when another company I worked at. But the other person who worked on Bob, the product manager, was Melissa French, who we know by her married name, Melissa Gates.
Hmm.
Because, or is it Melissa? Or I think it was Melissa. Miranda, so an M name, but Bill
Melinda?
Gates, Melinda, not Melissa, Melinda French,
It's
and
all
then
good.
Melinda Gates,
Yeah.
and now formerly
Very
Melinda
cool.
Gates. So
Yeah. All right, folks.
okay,
Thank you so much for hanging out in the chat. We're gonna cut Matt off here.
yeah.
Lest we go down story time rabbit hole once again. But yes,
All
thanks
right,
for dealing with my poor audio. Thank you very much for the comments and the compliments from Matt. I'm sure if he
yeah.
hasn't seen them, he'll scroll through and realize it. Yes,
Were there
some
more
people said they love.
compliments?
Yeah, they said they love every episode that you make, and that he's your favorite, and that your videos are very instructive. I mean, this is your fan group, though. That is that really fair? That's not how this works.
I think it's fair. We should have a moment of silence for all the wonderful things that are said about
Yes,
me.
we should frame and print all of these comments.
I especially
All right,
love the
folks.
one from your coworker. I want
Yeah,
you
that was
to
great. Oh, and also you're on the
share.
podcast. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. What was his
All
name
right, sir.
again?
Let's find the instrument. Well, I'll tell you later. I don't want to
Okay.
publicize the person's name here.
I think it's worth
You
publicizing because he said good things about me.
know, in
Anyway,
a quote. Yeah,
yeah.
right on the screenshot in your background. Best
Alrighty.
Olama podcast.
Perfect.
All right,
All
folks.
right.
Bye bye.
Bye.